Hello there everyone, it's me Tabea and this is Not Quite a Degree, where we talk about things that I don't have a degree in, but I do have opinions on, and so I'm still gonna talk about them. And today we are talking about summer dreaming and dreaming big. I really made a point of enjoying the summer, and now the season is kind of coming to an end, and things are starting to kind of cool down. We are looking right into fall. I made a point to go to the beach a couple more times and enjoy the rest of the season. And as I was laying by the beach the other day, I just had my thought journal that I talked about in my last video with me, and I was kind of flipping through the pages looking like, oh, what have I written down lately? And I came across this thought of like, how would I spend 6 weeks by the sea? Given I wrote that down in the middle of my exam season, probably a couple days before my econometrics exam. I can't even say that, but I passed it. Apart from that exam, I'm pretty sure that right before I wrote that down, I'd also seen Call Me By Your Name for the second time. And so I was probably like, I just want to escape to Italy forever and not take this exam, because that would be an option, right? In that movie, without spoiling you, it's a family that basically spends the entire summer down in Italy by the Garda Lake, which is funny because it's a lake and I wrote down sea, but I'm not very good at geography, so that's fine. I kind of just envied them so hard when watching that movie that I guess in my head I was like, okay, imagine I could afford that, what would I do? And I mean, yeah, like the obvious thing, making pasta, making marmalade, playing like volleyball by the beach, that kind of stuff. But then I was like, hey, is there anything that's like really cool that could be done down there? Where it's like, just like a cool setting for it? And that's why I came up with the following idea. What if there would be like a retreat down there where you would bring together like professional women and young girls, and then everybody could have like a really, really good time, spend a week down there doing like reading, discussing, just kind of coming together, sharing opinions, sharing experiences, and like empowering each other. Within that week, I also thought about, okay, how could one make this even more fun? And I'm like, what if one of like, I don't know, as I said, we bring in like a couple ladies and a couple girls, and each of the ladies would do like a workshop for like a whole day where she talks about her experiences as a professional woman, or with feminism, or like things she learned in life generally, and then everybody would just have the time to discuss things and actually like learn, as in not school learning but life learning. And aside from doing all of that sweet little discussing small group stuff, I also think it would be really cool to discover Italy a little bit, because I feel like there's a lot of cultural stuff and appropriation to be done down there. Particularly going to Ravenna, which is a city not all that far from the Mediterranean Sea and the Garda Lake. I learned that in one of my courses at university. I actually do learn stuff there. Ravenna is an old city that used to be the capital of actually 3 different empires throughout like long Roman times, centuries. I don't know history. But it's like a really fascinating city with like beautiful architecture like this, for example, which is the Chapel San Vitale, and it's like known for its mosaics and like just being generally super beautiful. And I don't know, I might have just really watched too many scenes of Call Me By Your Name on repeat and listening to the soundtrack for too long, that I'm now convinced that yes, everyone needs to have some like cultural, historic, architectural, artsy visit to Italy once in their lifetime. And yes, so that is me sharing my weird ass summer dreams with you. And now we're transitioning to the second part of this video, which is dreaming in general. As I was thinking about this and thinking about all those like weird dreams that we sometimes have as adults, I thought more about what are the concepts of my dreams today and how attainable are they? Because I realized doing something like this retreat, or like spending 6 weeks in Italy, always comes down to kind of making an action plan and then putting it into action. And I thought it was a really interesting discovery for myself, because it's like every dream that I have as an adult now, and I mean, I'm a young adult, I'm 23, but even going back a couple of years, is one that can be done and can be achieved, as in it can be broken down. I feel like this kind of puts me in a weird bubble where it's like, this is the path, this is the career I want to do, and this is like the goals that I want to hit along that career. And I'm just kind of like, but what if life does take a completely different turn? Or is there anything out there where life could just be completely different? This is where I go on a bit of a tangent with this. Not like this whole video isn't one big tangent, but oh well. The other day I was listening to Years and Years, as I do these days, because I always only listen to one artist for like 3 weeks straight, and then I'm like, I hate this now. But I was listening to them, actually on YouTube, and Indie recommended there was other videos coming up. One of them being an old video of the band Fun. Does anybody remember them? Like, Tonight! Those guys. So I watched a couple of their videos, which I enjoyed because I like that kind of music, and I realized one of the guys kind of seemed super familiar to me, and I was like, isn't that Lena Dunham's boyfriend? And I was like, nah, he's not. Because I kind of, in my brain, thought he was a movie producer or like a director or some sort of thing in like the film industry. Turns out he's not. Or maybe he is, but not just that. He actually is part of that band, or was, because I'm not sure they're a band anymore. So I ended up looking him up, and then I ended up looking up Lena Dunham, as I sometimes do. And I found photos of both of them on the red carpet, and that is where I got thinking like, I really want to go on the red carpet one day. I think it would be really fun to walk in like a super fancy dress down a red carpet and just like have those like 5 minutes of fame where everybody would take their photo and it's like and I'm just like, I wonder if that ever happens in my life. Is that a dream that I should have? Because it's not a dream that I can like actively pursue unless I start an acting career, which, if you can't tell, I shouldn't. A couple days after that happened and I was preparing this video, I thought, okay, so let me get creative and let me come up with some other dreams that I might have that are like out there, that are like, okay, no, you can't just go out and be like, I want to go on the red carpet tomorrow or in a couple of years, because, well, that just doesn't happen like that, I guess. Then I realized it's not even that easy, because as I had thought before, I am like in such a bubble with my dreams. Everything I do is like related to something that I either already do or that I know that I could do. And so I couldn't even come up with that many examples, and that's like, weird. So the only other thing that I could come up with is like performing on a stage, which I guess kind of ties in with the red carpet thing as well, and like being in front of a lot of people, just because I imagine that to be such an adrenaline rush, and being like, there's like, I don't know, several thousand people standing in front of me right now yelling at me, like, what is even happening? So yeah, I came up with that one. But after that I was like, I can't really come up with anything more than that. And then I was kind of sad, because I was like, am I really that much of an adult yet that I can't come up with like childlike, just really out there pie in the sky dreams anymore? And yeah. So am I going anywhere with this? Probably not. I just really have a lot of time on my hands to think right now because I'm on vacation, and hey, that's what you do, I guess. So to wrap this video up and to kind of take you a little bit back with me in like a way that is more understandable, because I feel like I'm always kind of like just out there with my thoughts. Have you had those dreams before? Like, do you ever look at your dreams and be like, this is all cool and nice, but what would I actually want to do in life that's like a real dream? Or are you just like, hey, no, I'm fine, like I feel like action plans are cool and I like to know that my dreams are attainable? Let me know, I'm really excited to hear that. That was my train of thought for today. I know it's a bit out there, but if you connected, great. If you didn't, thank you for making it this far in the video. If you feel like sharing, I'd love to hear your take on this, and I will see you next week if everything goes right.